He wants his squad to be seen as one of the toughest and most reliable home teams in the NBA.
Yeah, MP has made his desire for home wins known, but your actions have to match your words, and they haven't been the home court powerhouse they wanted to be, or that these fans deserve.
On the court for the Hornets, Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with ball. Then it's Williams. Then it's Rob Williams. And it's Okogie in at the 3 spot.
One shot.
And here we are, Greg, about a third of the way through the season. Is it too early to talk about MVP?
Some people debate that even before the season begins. I think we do have a front runner, but out of respect for the field, I'll keep that to myself.
Here's the mayor. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Here's Ball, following the bucket by the Bucks. Alexander Walker on the wing. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Here's the mayor playing Brooklyn. He was nearly unstoppable. Lillard finds Middleton. Down low. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Here's Okogie, defended by Middleton. Okogie, the pass to Alexander Walker. Pass to Williams, and finished off by Williams.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. Screen by Antetokounmpo. Williams with the block.
A main staple in Williams' game, that sixth sense for when to rise up and deter those shots. And this is the attack mindset you want to see coming into the game.
Get it to the right guy, get a high percentage look, and that's the kind of game they want to play tonight.
Line for one.
That's good from Ball. One thing about Lamelo Ball, he can really take over at times, Greg, when he's healthy and playing well.
And a lot of that is just his feel for the game. He processes quickly and then has the talent to execute. It's pretty hard to stop him when he's in the flow. And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Back to Ball. Williams, a screen on Lillard. Here's Ball. Milwaukee with the rebound. Antetokounmpo's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And Lillard throws it down.
Oh! Is Dame trying to get in the dunk contest? Looked like it on that incredible finish.
And that last look brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Pass to Alexander Walker. Charlotte moving the ball around. It's good. The assist that time from Ball. Alexander Walker's got 7.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence. He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. And so it's Ball who brings the ball up for the Hornets. 6-point game. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
Well, on the road, you don't expect to look so comfortable on the offensive end, but that was the story of the game.
It came down to execution. No wasted possessions, and that is absolutely essential trying to win on the road.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Here's Giannis. score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Looking at Milwaukee, they took the win in their last game against the Nets in Brooklyn. Ball surveying the defense. Here's Alexander Walker. Rebounded by the Bucks. Giannis has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. The mayor in the last matchup against the Nets was outstanding. He scored 35 points, and he was dialed in with his shooting. Very few misses out there. He was remarkable in that game. It's not often you see a player that dominant, and I'm sure he wants to keep it going. Guys?
Thanks for the report, D.A. Greg, phenomenal effort by him in that last game.
He willed the team to victory through his talent and through that competitiveness.
Let's give credit to his teammates for continuing to find this guy. They knew he had the hot hand, and they were willing to ride it all night long.
So far, both teams scorching the Nets. You gotta love it.
Well, you love it when you can get off to a fast start offensively. You hate it, though, when your opponent does the same.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Alexander Walker with the ball. 9-point game his last outing. Back to Ball. Sinks that one from the post. Ball's got 9 points.
What a finish by Lamelo Ball. Thin frame, but that length at 6'7", he can mix it up now.
Screen by Giannis. Drives to the hoop. Shots good by the mayor. And Greg, recently MP had a milestone game, recording the first triple-double of his career.
And there should be plenty more to come over the course of his career. MP's a guy that's willing and able to do whatever it takes for his team to win.
And the mayor gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established position there.
And the Bucks with some changes. Dante Exum, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. And it's Oladipo in for the mayor. With some changes. Pat Connaughton comes in for Smith. And it's the mayor in for Antetokounmpo. Charlotte also making some changes. Marshall, he's checked in for Mark Williams. Williams comes in for Josh Okogie. And it's Mitchell in for Ball. Here's the mayor, defended by Alexander Walker.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Milwaukee.
They're contesting shots and have also come up with some significant blocks, putting a little doubt into the minds of the opposing shooters.
And the other thing that's working for them tonight, getting out into the open floor. A lot of the damage coming in transition.
First one falls for him. No good on the second free throw. Well, Greg, it took 40 years, but the Bucks finally won their second NBA title back in 2021.
Yeah, and Kareem leading that 71 squad. Giannis was the man in 2021, averaging 35 and 13 during the finals, closing out the Suns with that 50-piece in Game 6. Clearly a foul.
The Bucks shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
Taking 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good from the mayor. Hornets trail by 12. Here's Alexander Walker. 7 points in the game. Pass to Salon. Jacks up a three. The shot that time, not on target. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's the Mayor, defended by Alexander Walker. Connaughton with it. To the paint. Lillard outside. Offline with his three.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
Mitchell wide open. Nails the wide open jump shot.
This guy a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
Here's the Mayor, defended by Alexander Walker.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
They have used their size and their strength to get off any shot they want. They've dominated on the interior.
And it's the Hornets with the ball, following the bucket by the Bucks. And when you look at Alexander Walker, Doris, so consistent from year to year.
This is a young man who knows his role, finds ways to help the team within the context of what the Stars are doing. And those are exactly the kind of role players you need in order to have a quality basketball team.
No good on that one. Payne, he's checked in for Milwaukee. And the second free throw, good. 1:12 left to play in the first quarter. Pass to the Mayor. To the middle. And that one is hammered home.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
And I think they count on him for that. He is a tone setter, extremely unselfish.
Now, here's Mitchell. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Knicks in New York. Here's Alexander Walker. Here's Marshall, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Milwaukee leading by 11. They set the screen. The Mayor passes to Payne. The three. And the three ball is good.
Of the two offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
And I think because of that, they've gotten the better looks to start this basketball game.
Now, here's Mitchell. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. Lets the three fly. Connects from three-point range. Mitchell's got 5 now. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And for the Bucks here, they've been putting a show on, guys.
Playing inside out in that first quarter led to some high percentage shots in the paint.
It is great when you can get that established early because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Mitchell is out there with Finley. Then it's Williams. And it's Salon in at the 3, the small forward. I'm told now by our producer, do we have him, guys? Okay, we do. We have a call coming in from Shams Charani. Shams, thanks for joining us. What do you have?
Well, guys, teams are all grappling with this new CBA, especially the dreaded second apron. Fans possibly unclear on what it means. Honestly, even front offices are still navigating the complexities of the new restrictions. But basically, it has become harder for teams to spend big and acquire new players under the current systems. We'll see, guys, how this impacts everyone moving forward.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. And the Hornets making a change here. Crawford's checked in. And he's good on the second. Here's Payne. He's coming off a 13-point game against Brooklyn. Pass to the Mayor. Connaughton with the screen on Crawford. The Mayor passes to Connaughton. Here's the Mayor. Shot clock at 5. A floater. Rebound by Marshall.
Boy, that's too easy to miss, but somehow he finds a way to do it.
And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. They set the pick. Here's Salon. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Salon's got his first basket of the night. Bucks leading by 8. Oladipo with a screen on Crawford. The Mayor passes to Oladipo. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Oladipo is a star, and he powers through the contact to convert.
Crawford looking over the floor. Pass to Williams. Here's Salon. He's defended by Exum. Crawford, no luck. And for Milwaukee, they're shooting a mind-boggling 79% off the floor. Connaughton kicks to Payne. No good on the triple. Hornets trail by 10. Mitchell dishes to Crawford. Here's Salon. Three-pointer. Payne grabs the board. Here's the Mayor. 15 points in the game. Here he goes. Rebound by Williams. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for the Charlotte Hornets. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. Pass to Crawford. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell. Crawford's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Hornets. Here's the Mayor. His scoring average of about 32.5 points a game tells you all you need to know about how dangerous a player he can be.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
Here's Mitchell after the made shot from the Mayor. Mitchell's shot is good. Mitchell's got his third basket of the night.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Here's the Mayor, guarded by Crawford. Shot's good by the Mayor. And the Bucks lead by 9.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Chris Middleton's checked in for the Bucks. Damian Lillard comes in for Cameron Payne. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Mitchell kicks to Finley. And it's off from three-point range. Here's the Mayor. He's guarded by Finley. Middleton the pass to Exum. There's the screen. To the inside. 4 on the clock. Here's the Mayor. Pass to Oladipo. Here's the Mayor, covered by Mitchell. Here's the Mayor, and the rejection by Bradley.
Right now trying to get into a rhythm, but so far this quarter, boy, he is struggling to make anything go down.
Here's the Mayor, and it's Bradley with the rebound.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Now here's Bradley. Here's Salong. Happy to see that one go in for a second make in 5 attempts.
And they know for next time, don't let him establish position down low.
Coaches call that doing your work early. If you are there defensively, it really does not allow for him to establish that kind of excellent positioning down low.
And it's the Hornets with the ball after the miss from the Mayor. Now Mitchell. He's got 8. Marshall. Oh, and the jam by Marshall.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for the Bucks. Cameron Payne comes in for the Mayor. Mark Williams is checked in for Charlotte. Look. Close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Milwaukee on top, leading by a point. And we'll get going after this from Milwaukee.
Welcome, folks. It's halftime, and the Charlotte Hornets are in the midst of a very close game.
A few things for them to focus on. More presence on the backboards, more physicality, maybe a few elbow sandwiches.
And maybe the guards need to crack back, get in there and help out.
And how about we move it on over for a preview of who we might be seeing in the dunk contest this year.
A lot of high flyers on this list. I've seen what they can do in game. Curious to see what they can do on the big stage when the lights are bright.
It's hard to go wrong with anyone from this group. I'm glad we have a front row seat.
And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about to begin, we go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. The Mayor having a dominant impact in this game.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
Charlotte trailing. Middleton and Giannis, the tested forward pair. The Mayor is out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Smith in at the center position. That's the group for Milwaukee right now.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
You know, you were talking about Giannis. He can put up 30 a game without taking many shots from the perimeter. And that's a tall order these days, especially because he gets doubled every single time. 6 to shoot. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Williams. Here's the Mayor. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. The Mayor's got his team on the board first here in the second half of the Bucks. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, Giannis Antetokounmpo is not one to puff out his chest and chase accolades. He said, I put the work in. That's how I get my confidence. I don't follow the media or my stats. What I know is that I put the work in, and I try to be the best version of myself. And that focus has served him well. Kevin?
It has. You know, his dedication, David, unquestioned. We appreciate your report. Alexander Walker passes the ball. Back to Alexander Walker. Pass to Okogie. Elbow shot is on the way. That shot off.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
The Mayor, no good. Hornets trail by 3. Right side, ball. Here's Okogie. Here's Alexander Walker. It's good. This game is all even. Alexander Walker's got 14 points.
Well, Josh Okogie sees somebody working in space and puts the ball on time and on target.
Here's the Mayor. Williams with the block. Here's Giannis. No luck, they battled on the glass but couldn't knock it down. Charlotte has gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it, 9 times they've missed. Alexander Walker on the wing. Covered by Smith. They grab their own miss. Ball, the pass to Williams for the lead. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Williams has got the lead up to 2 now for the Hornets. And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust.
You're on the first screen. Let's hear it for him.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Inside, out to Smith. Screen by Giannis. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on Robert Williams. For Milwaukee, they have only 1 missed free throw. They've had 5 attempts and made 4 of them.
Number 7.
He's off on the first. He hits the second from the line. The Hornets have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Here's Okogie, defended by Middleton. Offensive rebound. Here's Williams. Misses the layup.
Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out in front.
Driving in. The Mayor passes to Antetokounmpo. Here's the Mayor, defended by Alexander Walker. Clock at 6. Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. Shoots over Alexander Walker. Nice shot from the wing. Antetokounmpo's got 14 points.
With defenders having to worry about the drive, the pass, Antetokounmpo can usually find space from the mid-range.
Back to ball. Pass to Alexander Walker. Over Smith. A shot by Alexander Walker, no good. Milwaukee in the lead. Lillard outside. Bucks passing it around. Here's the Mayor, defended by Alexander Walker. Kicks it out to Lillard. Bangs home the trifecta. He's got 14.
A downright lethal three-point threat. Lillard is someone defenders must stay attached to if they want to have any impact.
And that one drops for him.
Not an easy finish right there, but a beautiful move to give himself just enough space to get in close and knock it down.
Screen by Smith. Driving the lane. Power down with both hands.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in. Hornets trail by 4.
Alexander Walker on the wing. He's got 14. Ball, the pass to Alexander Walker. No good from outside.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Rebound by Williams. Williams has got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Alexander Walker. Antetokounmpo defending outside Williams. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And the energy of Williams, it's infectious. Amazing at using it to block shots, rebound, score, whatever they ask of him.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Bucks.
I think they put an emphasis on attacking the basket, and watching this, you can see why. They have just carved the defense up here with relative ease.
Also, they've been living in the lane. They're getting the ball in close, and it's had a devastating impact all game long.
And he ends up missing both free throws. Bucks leading by 4. Here's the mayor. 26 points for him. Antetokounmpo finds Middleton. Giannis sets a screen for Middleton. Tips it. Giannis on the phone. Antetokounmpo's got 16.
Boy, the length of Giannis to get to the miss, and then the offensive ability to do damage afterward.
And stolen by Lillard. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. And Lillard throws it down.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
Pass to Okogie. Ball against Lillard. Ball up top. 19 points in the game. And it's Alexander Walker in the corner. Just 3 to shoot. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. Antetokounmpo's
another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
The mayor passes to Antetokounmpo. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Oh, Giannis getting the defender to bite. That's a patient move, earning himself a trip to the line.
It's his first trip to the line.
Taking 2 shots.
Free throw good. Giannis.
And what I love about Giannis, yeah, he's a superstar, an MVP, a champion. But best of all, Giannis is an incredible ambassador for the game.
Exum, he's checked in for the Bucks. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
I think what makes Giannis special is how uncomplicated he is. The man is just an incredible, pure athlete who simply loves the game of basketball. That's all there is to it. And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around you.
Here's the mayor. Williams with the block, and they'll get another chance. Here's the mayor, defended by Alexander Walker. Fires the 3. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Salon. Misses the 3.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Well, Dante Exum doing a little bit of everything right now. Pretty pass.
So it's the Hornets now. They trail by 9 points. So it's off to Brooklyn after this game as they have the Nets to look forward to. It'll be the 3rd game of this 3-game road trip. Williams finds Alexander Walker. And here is Mitchell. the rejection by Smith. And it's the Bucks on the break. And here we go. Shrugs off the contact and dunks it. He'll go to the free throw line.
You can see the evolution of Giannis as a passer. He's gotten good at thinking for himself and his teammates.
The Bucks have gone 6 of 9 at the line.
And collectively, they're only about 73% as a unit right now.
Henley's checked in for Robert Williams. Hornets trail by 12. Alexander Walker with the ball. He's got 14. Pass to Finley. Here's Salon. Covered by Lillard. And Finley gets it to go.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Here's the Mayor. He's guarded by Finley. Here's the Mayor. Now here is Smith. 5 to shoot. Here's Exum. It's rebounded by Salon. Charlotte has gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. Here's Mitchell. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
A moment here to look at some numbers for Williams. And he provides that deterrent around the rim, ranking among the top 15 league-wide in blocks per game.
And yeah, he's such an efficient scorer, understands the offense, moves without the ball so well. That's why he's top 5 in field goal percentage. First free throw is good. Marshall, he's checked in for Mark Williams. And Mitchell drops them both. So it's the Bucks now, led by as many as 14 points. Screened by Antetokounmpo. Here's the Mayor, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And why don't we take a chance now to see which teams have been the NBA's highest scoring squads this month. The Bucks second.
I just love their offensive flow lately. I mean, this is a dominant team offensively because of that rhythm and pace.
That's good from the Mayor. And the Hornets making a change here. Crawford's checked in. Both free throws good from the Mayor. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for Charlotte. 9-point game. There's a good screen. The 3. Milwaukee with the rebound.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Here's the Mayor, defended by Alexander Walker. Here's Antetokounmpo, uses the glass to finish the layup. Giannis has got 7 points for the quarter.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Hornets trail by 11. Now, Alexander Walker. 14 points for him. Crawford outside. Pass to Alexander Walker. And the rejection by Smith.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
Here's the Mayor. Drains it from beyond the arc. The Mayor's got 36.
Well, they're leading in large part because of the work he's put in this quarter. This is nicely done.
Charlotte calls timeout. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Victor Oladipo, he's checked in for Smith. Pat Connaughton comes in for Antetokounmpo. And Cameron Payne subbed in for Lillard. Going inside. Pass to Exum. There's 1:26 left in the third quarter of the game. Shot clock at 6. The Mayor passes to Connaughton, and good that time. And the Bucks lead by 13.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Now Finley. There's the drive. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist. Mitchell's got 4 assists in the game. Marshall with the steal. To the wing right side. Here's Salong. Rebounded by the Bucks. The Mayor's got 5 rebounds tonight.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And it's Payne in the corner. Exum sets a screen for Payne. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
We've got 28 seconds left to play here in the third. Marshall, whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
The Bucks making a switch here. Middleton's checked in. Milwaukee leading by 10. Here's the Mayor. He has 38 in the game.
Yeah, that's a great setup. Screen the defender off and let him elevate.
Oh, right. And wasn't the timing ideal? My goodness. The D with no chance to react.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play.
Here's Finley. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. We've got more in store for you right after this. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
Substitution here for Milwaukee. Smith checked in for Johnson. Antetokounmpo comes in for Pat Connaughton. The Mayor is checked in for Victor Oladipo. And it's Payne in for Damian Lillard. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Mark Williams is checked in for Marshall. Okogie comes in for Bradley. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Finley. And it's Ball in for Mitchell. On the court for the Hornets, we've got Williams all out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Okogie in at the 3.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Here's Ball. That shot missing. Great D that time from Middleton.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for Charlotte, down by 12. Here's the 3. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Milwaukee has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Good on the shot.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
And that, to me, is a sign of excellent coaching. There's an attention to detail. There is valuing of every possession. Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
Screen by Antetokounmpo. Here's the Mayor. The Hornets pull it in. Here's Okogie to the paint. The kick out to Ball. Drills the three-pointer. Ball's got 22.
His first triple of the second half. That makes 3 for the game.
Screen by Antetokounmpo. The Mayor passes to Giannis. Wow, Giannis with the strong finish inside.
Not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Charlotte moving it around for 3, Okogie. And it's the Hornets another 3.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Screen by Giannis. They get it back. And another shot. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That's on Mark Williams.
Maybe the most highly skilled big man in our league. Giannis is also one of the most frequently fouled bigs in our game.
Damian Lillard's checked in for Cameron Payne. Williams, he's checked in for Charlotte. And he can't hit the second. When you look at the game of Mark Williams, Doris, what impresses you the most?
Well, probably his size and athleticism. That combination makes him an immediate fit. He understands which shots to take on the offensive end, seems to have a great feel for how to position himself on the defensive end and how to mix it up on the glass.
And he trims the lead to single digits. Ball's got 5 points now in the quarter.
There is just such enthusiasm, such a love for the game with Lamelo, shot after shot going down.
Here's the Mayor, defended by Alexander Walker. 6 on the shot clock. The Mayor, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Lillard with no one around. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Alexander Walker with the ball. With the teardrop, good. Milwaukee leading by 7. Here's the Mayor to the middle. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
He's forcing the action now, finally getting to the charity stripe after no freebies in the first half.
And the first one at the line is good. And both free throws good for Giannis. You know, Doris, we know how physical the NBA is, but can you talk to the importance of mental toughness as well, and what it means for a player?
Kevin, I don't think a player can be successful in the NBA, and certainly a team cannot, without some level of grit and mental toughness. And what does that mean? How does that manifest itself? It means handling adversity. It means overcoming a key injury. There's a toughness required to be amongst the smartest, most resilient players or teams in the NBA.
Screen by Smith. Here's the Mayor. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
First personal foul.
And he makes the first.
At the line for the Bucks, number 7.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Hornets trail by 9. Ball against Lillard. Ball no good.
And they have built their advantage on the scoreboard here by doing all the little things.
Here's the Mayor. Williams with the block. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejections. Wow.
And guys, that block could really help change the momentum of this game.
Here's the Mayor, defended by Alexander Walker. The Mayor passes to Giannis.
And you know what helps Williams defensively? He just keeps moving his feet, and he has such quick reaction.
Alexander Walker finds Ball with the crossover, and that one is good. Ball's got 9 points here in the second half.
Well, the problem is they haven't gotten production from any other spot, but right now this guy is cooking.
Screen by Antetokounmpo. The Mayor passes to Giannis. Excellent D there from Williams.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Stolen by Middleton. And here we go. Giannis heading to the hoop. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Lillard's got 21 in the game.
Some nights, Lillard can just keep going and going.
Here's Ball. Milwaukee with the rebound. Smith's got 7 rebounds in the game. Antetokounmpo passes to the Mayor. Here's Okogie. Antetokounmpo defending. Pass to Alexander Walker. Back to Ball. Shot clock at 6. The 11-footer. Yep, it goes in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Alexander Walker. Milwaukee's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Screen by Smith. Here's the Mayor. Off with the layup.
Unbelievable. He blew that. Look, guys, no clue what went wrong there.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, you know how problematic Lamelo is for defenders. Oh, he's so willing to draw some contact.
Taking the 2 shot.
And so he hits both.
And good aggressive basketball on that trip. Drawing the foul, converting the free throws, and then also narrowing the gap.
Here's the Mayor, defended by Alexander Walker. The Mayor passes to Smith. 5 on the clock. And Ball comes to help. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. The Hornets call time. And what's their best move at this point?
And they need to use as little time as possible here. If they can get a bucket before the clock hits 24 seconds, they can try for a stop on the next possession. If there's less than 24, then they'll have to foul.
Alexander Walker finds Williams. 7-second difference, shot and game clock.
Lamelo Ball is never rattled. Doesn't matter how close the score or what the situation. This guy unafraid of big shots.
And that's an intentional foul.
Alexander Walker. Second personal foul. Number 7.
Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
2-possession game now. I mean, those were really important foul shots.
The Hornets call time. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Well, Kevin, I had a chance to find out what Charlotte's coach was going over with his guys. And he begged them, don't give up. He told his guys, 1 possession at a time. Let's go out there and do what we talked about. That's how we get back into this one. Back to you guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
Number 7.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in.
They've got to take the first good shot they can find.
Now they've got to be efficient with the clock. Quick score, quick foul.
They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
4th personal foul. At the line for Milwaukee, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And he does get the second one. And that puts them up by 5. Ball against Lillard. Here's Alexander Walker. No good with the triple.
Pressured that shot by getting a hand up just as good as a block.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
And so the Bucks take the win. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.